Dope.
Hey everyone, you've got Coach Jared here with Myriad Health and Fitness, bringing you another edition of 73 Questions. Remember, this is a rapid fire Q&A where we get to learn more about our fitness coaches and yogis. And today we have Dan German with us. And Dan, take some time, introduce yourself, and we're going to jump right into it.
Yeah, so I'm Dan. I'm the weightlifting program coordinator here at Myriad. Just a little bit about me. I have been a coach for about 15 years. And outside of the gym, I have a beautiful wife, Paige. We have our 15-and-a-half-month-old son, Griffin. He is a little Spitfire, which is awesome. And I have two dogs, one that's about 3 and one that's about 13. So I have the old dog, new dog mix. I have like my old sort of college dog that like a lot of us have. And then we have our new dog who's, whose like main job is just to try to like play with the old dog who doesn't want to be played with. So yeah.
That's a sweet dynamic right there.
Right. So yeah.
All right, perfect. We'll jump right into it. Question number 1, what's your favorite time of day?
Absolutely the morning. Absolutely. Yeah.
What's your biggest weakness?
Taking on too much. I probably say yes to too many things, which is never good.
A yes man. What's your biggest strength?
Putting in the time and the work, I would say.
What's the biggest learning experience you've ever had?
I would just say being a coach and being a leader. Like you really get to learn a lot about yourself when you're the person in charge and people give you feedback.
What's your idea of a perfect date?
Has to be outdoors. I would say a hike or maybe like a paddle boarding, something on the water, something in the sun is always fun.
What's one vice you wish you could give up?
Coffee. I've tried many times, but have failed every single time. So I just understand it's a lost cause and I need to delve more into what is my coffee situation that I prefer.
You could always go on like small little detoxes to reset the system and then jump back into it.
Right. But you can never quit. Once you start, you can never quit.
That's very accurate. What's a cause that is important to you?
Recycling is probably the biggest one for me.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Well, if you know me, I don't receive compliments very well. I kind of tend to like black out and I forget what's happening because I don't like to be the center of attention. But I think people feel like how much I invest in them and they usually try to express that and like how much I care about my athletes and the people around me.
Yeah. When are you the most inspired?
I think when I see somebody else like having success and like they can really feel it, I think that like that inspires me to just keep on pushing them and keep on helping them succeed.
Love it. Question 10, sweet or savory?
Savory for sure, but I do like the mixture of both.
That's true. What song can you listen to on repeat?
I think there are a couple of Fall Out Boy songs that I could listen to on repeat, which is a controversial topic to some.
I wouldn't have pegged you for that, but
right.
They're each their own. So
don't worry, like we can keep talking about music. It's fine, don't worry, like it'll be good.
What makes you smile the most?
I think when people feel like they can express themselves in kind of like the oddities that they have that they might not feel kind of comfortable with in other scenarios, but if they can let that out to a group of people and we can have a conversation about it and people can like laugh. Yeah, and I think that like that's really funny.
I like that.
Yeah.
Question 13. What's one thing people don't know about you?
I am the youngest of 7 of a extremely tall family. So
what's this is me going on a tangent. What's your random fact of your dad? Wasn't he?
So he was and this may not be factually true, but he's one of the first 7-footers to play in the Big Ten back in the day. So like my dad was 7'1" at his tallest point, and all of my siblings are 5'11" or taller. Wow. Female and male. So yeah.
Heels or flats or sneakers or barefoot?
I'm gonna have to say barefoot or anything that's a flat.
Vintage or new?
Definitely in the vintage realm.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
If we're talking small picture, or like big picture?
Either picture.
I'm gonna say big. I would say like my family and my dogs, and then also some sort of caffeinated thing like coffee or tea. But small picture notes would be like some sort of list or a notepad, like my water bottle, which I probably always have with me.
Yep.
And then like a pair of sunglasses.
I love it. I love your attention to detail. This is making my day right now. Because this is how I would answer it as well. Window or aisle seat?
Being 6'6", it should be obvious that I'm going to sit in the aisle. If I can sit in some row with more room, that'd be great. I kind of feel like you should have to apply for the emergency exit row.
Yes, I don't disagree with you there. You should have first access, first priority to that. What's your current TV character obsession?
At the very moment, in the past probably week or so, we've been watching a lot of New Girl. And I think Schmidt is probably one of the characters that has a ton of like physical comedy. And it's just kind of an oddball character.
Dogs or cats?
Definitely dogs.
What's the most adventurous thing you've done in your life?
In 2012, I was a member on the Race Across America, which is a bike race. I did not bike, but I was on like the support crew. And we basically made it across the United States on a bike ride around the clock in about 7.5 days.
Wow, that's really cool.
So it was pretty wild.
How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Separate words, but goofy, very imaginative, and just fun.
I like that. Yeah, I like goofy. I think that's very accurate for you.
Right.
What's your current favorite piece of clothing that you own?
A pair of joggers that I probably wear all the time because no pants fit. So you might as well wear like a 7/8 type pants.
Cool. Yeah.
It's just life.
What's a must-have clothing item everyone should own?
Everyone should have a vest. I'm huge in the vest world.
What's inspiring you in life right now?
I think just see my son become a toddler and just kind of grow and explore the world. It's something that I just find awesome on a daily basis.
Yeah. Question 25. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Father time is undefeated. So if you're going to do it, you might as well just kind of do it now. Right.
Yeah. So. What's your pet peeve?
I don't like it when people cross their arms. It's kind of like a defensive body posture. So if you have a defensive body posture, like it's just hard to interact with somebody like on that level.
I'm gonna keep an eye on you, see if I ever see you with your arms crossed.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like you won't unless I'm in a situation where I don't want to be talked to.
Got it. I was taking all this in. Diamonds or pearls or neither?
Definitely neither. Yeah, not huge into jewelry or anything at all.
What's something you notice about someone when you first meet them?
Trying to gauge their like sense of humor, I would say. Like if somebody just kind of like figuring out their sense of humor and then understanding how to like, talk to them there.
I like that. What's your biggest regret?
I don't have a ton, but I would say just like not resisting social pressures, like to do like activities like sooner. So like when I was in college, I was a rower and I really found that was like a sport and a medium that I could identify with, but there are sports that I should have played when I was younger or that, like they said I should have played. So I did. And I really wish I would have explored more.
Gotcha. That's an interesting one. Question 30. What's heavily played on your music playlist right now?
At the moment, I'm going to go back to Fall Out Boy because I asked the question to several staff members about what their favorite Fall Out Boy song was, and which is always good because they either like them or they don't. There's not a lot of middle ground on, yeah, they're okay. So I just think things like that are really funny to ask.
See, I'm they're okay. I'm in the middle. So
all right, this is like very rare. Like you'll get some hot opinions sometimes.
31. What's your favorite board game?
There's one called Werewolves, and then Fake Artist is one if you've ever played that.
Nah.
It's not quite a board game, but it's like a group game, or it's like in like a group setting.
Okay.
But basically you have to pretend to be the fake artist. If you're the fake artist, you have to draw something on a piece of paper like you know what it is, but everyone else knows except for the fake artist. So you got to lie.
Interesting. It sounds fun. What's your guilty pleasure?
I would say like reading comic books from time to time is probably one of those. Yeah.
What book did you most recently finish?
Traction I read, and then Get a Grip, which is a follow-up to that. Yeah, and I don't know if you count audiobooks as well.
Do yes.
But the Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz is one that I like to listen to. So
those are all. The first two sounded like homework. The third sounded like
yeah, right. So like but yeah, I mean like I like to read. It's like an interesting thing, and I know there's more on here. We can kind of we'll go next sort of question. We'll get back to books here in a second, I think.
What are you currently reading?
So I'm looking for a comic book to read right now. I'm definitely open to suggestions. I feel like when you read something serious, like you just can't go to the next sort of serious book, or you got to take a break at a certain point, you know.
It's a good strategy. Question 35. How do you start your day?
I get up and make coffee before the sun is up, and I usually like to sit or like have time to myself and like think about my day or write down what I want to do.
What's your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving, which is awesome because it's just a meal. There's no gifts. There's very low expectations. It's just come, eat, have fun.
I like that. If you could raid one person's closet, who would it be?
I'm not huge into fashion. However, I think one of the funny things to do at the current moment would be to raid Machine Gun Kelly's closet, because in the pop culture world, he seems to just keep popping up, whether you want him to or not.
I know what you mean by that.
Right? It's like most of the things you learn about him like aren't by like your free will, right? You just hear them.
Yes. If you could switch lives with one person for a day, who would it be?
I mean, it's got to be somebody from like back in the day. I'm gonna say like no, definitely not. I'm gonna say like Marcus Aurelius, or like a Roman, somebody from the Roman times when the world was way different and just like, wildly different than today.
Yeah, I like that. What's one thing you've always wanted to try but you've been too scared to do?
So I don't like heights, but I like to fall. So it's a very weird situation. So if I was going to do like a base jumping or like a skydiving, I would like to, but I think I'm just too afraid to get up there.
Yep.
So
what's the one thing you wish you knew at age 19?
That I just needed to start everything like in my professional career way sooner. Like I should have hopped on. I should have started instead of like out of college, I should have started just right then and there.
Besides your phone or wallet, what's a couple must-have purse bag items?
Some sort of lotion or chapstick or some sort of moisturizer. Yeah.
If you were not a group fitness instructor or yogi, what would you be doing, or what is your dream job?
If I wasn't in this business, I'd probably going sort of left field. I'd probably work on the water somewhere in terms of some, something on a lake or the ocean, or just, being outside.
What's something you can't do?
I definitely can't whistle. And I never have been able to. And it's one of those things where I don't know if I want to try anymore. So I just can't whistle. So that's all.
Where was the best vacation you've ever taken?
My wife and I went to like a tiny house in Tennessee, Georgia area. So like down in the mountains, and there was like a group of like tiny homes. And we got to stay in one for a couple of days, and like we went outdoors, went hiking, and it was just a lot of fun.
Very cool. What's one city you've always dreamt of traveling to?
Probably like Rome, or like Santorini, somewhere in like the Mediterranean, I would say.
What's something you always travel with?
I'm known for like overpacking, so I always have too much stuff. Like it might be like a weekend trip, but I'll take entirely too many clothes because I have a fear of running out.
Yeah.
So just like entirely too much of everything.
Question 47, favorite food?
I'm gonna have to say like a burger, like just like a really solid like burger, like maybe not the fanciest, but just a really well made burger.
Favorite dessert?
Partially, we're partially frozen. Are we back? Are we back?
Okay, we're back. Yep. Favorite
cool.
dessert?
I'm gonna say like something that's kind of sweet and savory, like a tart or cheesecake.
Okay.
Definitely nothing too sweet.
Favorite snack?
Trail mix, going back to the sweet and savory mix, or like the salty, sweet, savory, all of it. Yeah.
What's a movie that made you cry?
I'm gonna have to say The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it probably 100 times. And like every once in a while, you just kind of like find a spot and you're like, oh, that's really emotional. I can't hold it back. You know, you start to mist up a little bit.
Jackman. Oh, yeah. What's your favorite movie of the last 5 years?
I think Logan Lucky is one that I find really funny on a lot of levels. And it's just like a really well done movie.
What's the one talent you wish you had?
I wish I could do a backflip
Mm,
because I think it's really cool when like big people can do backflips,
yeah.
but I just don't think I can get there.
Larkin says she can teach us.
All right, okay, let's do it. You're like, why not?
What's your favorite exercise?
Besides rowing, I think I like to deadlift. It's probably one of my favorite, just in terms of like doing it all the time, right? It's just fun.
What's your favorite band?
I'm gonna say anything that Chris Cornell was in.
Okay.
So whether it's Soundgarden, you know, like his solo stuff, all of it.
What's your favorite fast food order?
I'm gonna go back to a burger. Like if you can go to like a really solid like burger place, it's good.
What's something you don't want to be doing in 10 years?
I don't want to change any more diapers. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to get all the kids out of diapers at a certain point, right? Don't want to be doing that when I'm an old man.
What's the cutest thing on planet Earth? Did you hear that one?
We're frozen. We're back.
All right, there we go. What's the cutest thing on planet Earth?
Definitely my son. Just little blonde hair, blue eyes, like very like Gerber baby type of look to him. But he is just awesome.
What's the best thing that happened this year?
In the year 2022, you would say.
We can say that, or you can say the full timeline of.
Yeah, I mean, like in the past year, I would say like so like I had surgery for my back for a disc issue last September. And just kind of being back to life and being able to, you know, like fully walk around again with no pain and like not take that for granted and like to be able to just play and do all the things around the house and like all the yard work, all like the stuff that you wouldn't consider fun. I'm just like really happy I can do all of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cocktail?
I used to drink Moscow Mules. I don't really drink any sort of cocktails anymore. I had a person one time at a bar when I was into Moscow Mules, like buy me the mug that they had, like the Moscow Mule in.
Yep.
Even though I didn't want it, and even though it wasn't for sale, they were still like, I'm buying that. He's gonna take that mug home, and I was like, I don't need the mug, but it's fine.
Question 60. Which movie makes you laugh the hardest?
I think there's a couple Will Ferrell movies that are really funny. Step Brothers, I think I've always found pretty funny. The Other Guys is another one. So nice. Mainly the Marky Mark Will Ferrell mashup, I think is really good.
What do you usually eat for dinner?
It's usually like whatever I can find in my fridge at the end of the day, or like whatever I can mash together. Sometimes it's like a stir fry of random stuff, or maybe it's just a salad. It's just, you know, things that are super low effort. What
do you usually eat for lunch?
I usually make all my meals, and it's usually like a rice and then some sort of meat and some sort of veggie. I just kind of throw it all together. So,
what do you usually eat for breakfast?
I think toast and eggs is probably like the mainstream sort of like go-to.
Yeah. Final 10 here. What's your favorite thing in the world?
I think just seeing people like express themselves like through a medium.
Mm.
And like, like I'm lucky to see like the medium of like fitness or weightlifting, but it can be whatever medium like they're really good at or whatever they really feel they can express like to the world. So like I have an appreciation for that.
Love that. What's your favorite color?
I'm gonna say blue. Has to be blue.
Feel like that was a stressful answer.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of thought, right? Like there's a lot of thought. Like I kind of default in my brain like to wearing blue a lot. So it's kind of how it is.
Okay. What color clothing do you wear the most?
I think all black is probably like my most recent favorite.
What are 3 words to describe living in Indy?
The phrase I think is the funniest that everyone will tell you is they're just like, wait 5 minutes, right? Because like normally when you're talking about the weather, right? And then just like, they're like, well, just wait 5 minutes, right?
That's
you
funny.
know, so it's like it seems like it's like that's like the universal saying. It's like, well, if you're in Indiana and you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, it'll be different.
I've never
I'm
heard
like,
that.
all right.
I like
No.
that. 68. Do you like surprises?
No, I absolutely hate them. I don't like to be the center of attention a lot. So things that kind of surprise me like that, I really don't love. But
Yep. What's one thing you had to learn the hard way?
Ooh, that is probably the hardest question. I didn't actually have anything written down for that, but I think just kind of like being a dad and like getting the full like dose of it, right? And like there's a lot of things that like you try to prepare for, and I even read a lot of books and took some notes on it, but just trying to like be a parent is something that you just got to learn.
Totally.
And I'm still in the learning process, right?
I feel you there for sure.
Right.
What's something you're tired of?
I think that people have a trend, and this is like huge in like the social media world, where like they want to be right. And not only that, we've moved on to they want to be right the fastest. And I'm like, you can just not say something like right away. You can just wait a minute and then you can express what you want to express.
Who do you turn to when you're sad?
I would say like my mom and my wife. Like,
what's a trend you would like to see disappear forever?
Posting a tweet on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like when you post a tweet, you take a screenshot, you put it on Instagram. Like, why does this exist?
Yeah.
Like, can't we just have one space for all this?
For 2 separate mediums, right?
Right.
Question 73, final question. What did you want to do with your life at age 12?
I think I wanted to be a pilot. I built a lot of like model airplanes when I was a kid, and I was like really obsessed with airplanes. Like one of my brothers is a pilot in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool. But it just didn't kind of go that way.
That's cool. Dan, this has been awesome, man. I just learned so much. You like burgers a lot, so we'll have to get together and grab a burger because I need to. Follow Out Boy. I mean, who would have thought? But thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully those watching have learned something new as well. And feel free, get after Dan, ask him more questions, dive deeper on some of these topics. And thank you. And everyone have a great day.